Pranams and welcome to all. So the yesterday's webinar, which is the basic, the root practice, what I call. I'm calling that as the root because if you get that foundation very strong, your other practices will be deeper. You will get a good grip of spirituality. Now, what we are trying to understand here is the beginning of spirituality, where it begins. Some of you did not join this yesterday's webinar for whatever reasons. Probably thought it's not important, it's a very basic thing, but it was a powerful one. You will get crystal clear clarity of what to make it steady. And if you make that very firm and grounded, you'll find the rest of the journey very easy. And yesterday I was telling that if you have not done that, or if you have not worked on the basics, it's very difficult. You might understand the higher tattvas. It's not difficult to understand. We are all mature enough to understand the higher tattvas, but to put it into practice and to stabilize it, it will be difficult because the basics are not right. These questions that arise, doubts that arise again and again, never ending questions which is coming, lot of questions in mind. It is a sign that you have not prepared the ground level because most of the questions are basic questions which I believe should not be asked when you are doing higher advanced practices. So, when we are doing higher advanced practices in webinars or retreats, and basic level of questions which are there, doubts which are there, clarity is not there, that is an indication that we have not put our attempts to work on that. So, that's the reason I thought the basics must be very crystal clear for us. On the higher platforms or on the higher programs, questions should be very advanced kind of questions, soul level, awareness level. It cannot be basic mundane stuff that my mind is being troubled, people are irritating, I am confused, what to choose in life. ये सब mundane questions है. These are all very, very mundane questions. With these kind of basic questions, how are we going to know the Atman? Atman can be known only when you rise above the mind, and here the mind is still confused. इतना confusion है मन में. So basic level avoid मत कीजिएगा. Don't avoid. If you have come here, you have come here to listen to what you cannot listen. You are unable to have clarity on moving through the path. So that is the reason you have come here. If you have come here, then listen. Because how I look at things is from a very aerial view, be it at with whatever level you call it. I look at things at the aerial view, from where I can just understand and see where the doubts are coming or where the gap is. From that view, it is very, very crystal clear where the blockages are. So satsangs are meant where I am revealing the blockages. I might not tell a person's name, but whenever I see anything like this, I put it commonly. I do not address people personally. I'm because I'm not interested in anybody's personal lives. because that is your take. For me, it is a general case. So if I see one person stuck somewhere, I take it as a general perspective. I take it as an opportunity to reveal it to the whole members here so that they benefit out of it. My focus is not to pinpoint a certain person or try to convey it to a certain person or convince to a certain person. Many times, funnily, I come across people who are stuck or having some questions or doubt, they need clarity, and I end up giving the clarity to the whole members here. Funnily, the others pick up and use it in their life, but the person to whom it was actually addressed ignores it. That's the fun. But in any case, the whole goal is to serve everyone equally. No special preferences for anyone. Not because I want to or do not want to, because it's not there in that arena. We are delivering to the collective here. So, in the collective, also, if there is any kind of sensation that happens, what I might intuitively also catch, certain knowing, I keep speaking in the clarity sessions or satsangs or videos. The contents of the webinars, contents of the retreats are all to do with the collective, especially the retreats. Because if you see in the retreats, it is meant for the collective, their collective. It's not for the entire one, but who are attending there, automatically the energy, the vibes, and the delivery happens according to the collective that are there. So I believe even sessions are based on that. Like right now, whoever are in attendance to a certain session, whatever is meant to be, it delivers for that. Tomorrow it might change depending on the collective. So it's more of the collective. So all my messages are always for the collective, not for any individual, though it might seem like individual. Because an individual might have generated that kind of a topic due to an individual. That is an opportunity for us. That is not an opportunity to pounce upon that person. It is an opportunity for us to give lectures, to give gyan. It is content for us. We get content. How do I get content? So much of content. Content comes from the collective. So you guys only give the content. So from the content, the whole thing is delivered. And I have seen in this 4 5 years, this method of delivery helps everybody. Now slowly you have to also tune into this language of English. Wherever there are complicated that I feel you will not understand, I might use Hindi, but more it will be English only because of the larger population of English in the collective here. There are many Westerners here. You might not see them here, but they are all in the recording people. They will not understand if I speak any other language. But I see that Hindi people can understand English. Maybe not too deep ones, but at least basics. There are many seekers here who didn't know English at all. Sanjita ji is one example. गोरखपुर से जाती हैं उनको तो कुछ भी पता नहीं अंग्रेजी समझ ही नहीं आती in the retreats also she would say speak little at least in Hindi because कुछ भी पल्ले नहीं पड़ रहा and today she says आप बोलो ही मत हिंदी में सब कुछ समझ आ रहा है भैया इंग्लिश मेरी अच्छी हो गई है बोल नहीं पाऊं तो भी समझ आता है गहराई से हर एक चीज समझ आता है उनका कंप्लेंट ही बंद हो गया अभी नहीं 3 साल पहले ही बंद हो गया 3 years बैक हर कंप्लेंट स्टॉप्ड where she said only saying only. It is our attitude, हमारा approach है. I am not very fond of that. ओ इंडिया में तो हिंदी प्रबल होना चाहिए, national language and all that nonsense. For us, language is वैखारी मध्यमा पश्यन्ति परावणी. I would like all of us to rise beyond the words. ये तो वैखारी है, जो बोल रहे मुख से जो बोलते हैं वैखारी है, स्थूल है. It's simply gross words what we talk. Where do these words come from? Whatever we listen, whatever we speak, where do they come from? You have to start your journey now to investigate deeper things. अभी आपके लिए spirituality, your spirituality is no more all these basic things what you have been doing. रोजमर्रा के जो करते आ रहे थे, माँ दुर्गा किधर है, भगवान शिव किधर है, हनुमान किधर है, दिस ऑल नॉट स्पिरिचुअलिटी एनीमोर. ये सब रिलीजन में आता है. नाउ यू आर मूविंग इनटू द जोन ऑफ उपनिषद. पुराण में नहीं है अभी. आप पौराणिक कथाएं छोड़ दीजिए. Drop your Puranas because this path does not talk about Puranas. Puran, we might take examples. Puranas are not bad. Puranas are very powerful. महाभारत रामायण ये सब वेरी पावरफुल. बट हमको उसमें इंटरेस्ट नहीं है कि क्या ड्रामा चल रहा है, व्हाट इज द ड्रामा हैपनिंग. वी आर लुकिंग इनटू द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट ड्रामा. एसेंस क्या है. तो नाउ पुट योर एटीट्यूड इन दिस पाथ एंड ऑल. पुट योर एटीट्यूड to the essence, to the meaning, to the vibrations, to the consciousness behind the gross. महाभारत और रामायण इस ग्रॉस स्थूल लेवल पे चल रहा है युद्ध. बट युद्ध क्यों हो रहा है और युद्ध क्या है, व्हाट इज द वॉर, व्हाई इट इज हैपनिंग, हु इज कृष्णा, हु इज अर्जुना, हु इज सीता, हु इज लक्ष्मण, हु इज रावण. अभी आपकी यात्रा in shifting into awareness, when you go deeper, you are going into that zone. You're trying to find out the purpose and meaning behind these stories. इसलिए स्टोरी वाले लोग यहाँ बैठते नहीं है. दे कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड. इफ यू आर वांटिंग टू वर्शिप द आइडल ऑफ कृष्णा, worship just Shiva without wanting to know who is Shiva, who is Krishna, then this is the wrong platform. समय आया नहीं है. The time is not yet come. This path begins from apara para, yesterday as I explained. First is your apara. ये सब अपरा वाले ज्ञान है, इसको अज्ञान कहते हैं. This is called avidya, ignorance. कर्मकांड भी अविद्या में आता है. Ignorance. Why are you doing कर्मकांडा? क्योंकि अभी विवेक जागृत नहीं है. Because you have not awakened your intellect. You cannot see deeper. So you are busy in karmakanda. What is karmakanda? You're doing puja, you're doing worship, you're doing havans, you're doing abhishekam, you're doing pradakshina, you're doing tirthyatras, you're doing all those things. Those are in agyanta at this level. At first level, apara level, they are the best of sadhanas. तो इफ वन स्टेट ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस वहां पे है अपरा में, बाहे बाहे मुखी, कंप्लीटली आउटसाइड, देन ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर देम. सो बी इट, करो. वी डोंट से डोंट डू इट. व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज वी आर नॉट गिविंग एनी इंपॉर्टेंस टू दोस थिंग्स. वी आर ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई आर यू डूइंग द डुबकी. नदी में डुबकी क्यों लगा रहे हो, गोते क्यों लगा रहे हो. व्हाट हैपेंस जब डुबकी लगाते हैं तो व्हाट रियली हैपेंस. इफ यू डू नॉट नो नर्मदा में, कावेरी में, गंगा में, यमुना में, इफ यू आर हैविंग दीज डिप्स और आपको पता ही नहीं चल रहा कि क्या हो रहा है, दैट इज कॉल्ड अविद्या. ये अंध भक्तों का काम है. अंध भक्त कौन है? ऑल दोज हु आर जस्ट मूविंग इन ब्लाइंड बिलीफ. किसी ने कहा करना है, करो. somebody said do, उसका पर्पस क्या है, अर्थ क्या है, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग, पता नहीं. So this is a zone of मंद बुद्धि, डल इंटेलेक्ट. इंटेलेक्ट अभी जागृत नहीं हुआ है, विवेक. दैट इज व्हाई दे आर सिंपली डूइंग वॉट एवर हैपेंस इन द माइंड. प्रोग्रामिंग कंडीशनड है. कहाँ से आया कंडीशनिंग? फ्रॉम वेयर डज इट कम? योर फैमिली. द फैमिली दैट यू आर born in, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Isai, whatever. Those are all transferred beliefs given by your higher generation to you. And if you look deeply, even they don't know why they did what they did. So you have become followers of people who were followers of their higher generations, ancestors. So Mandbuddhi is a generational disease. It's coming from generations. You have the power or opportunity to break that ignorance, awaken, jagrat hona, wake up from it, and rise beyond this bahemukhi. Rise from apara to aparapara. You are using now the outside to go inside. Whenever you look at the outside, you are seeing the inside. Yesterday's webinar, what we explained. You see something outside, you connect something inside. So you start turning within. You might look at the grass, you might worship the grass, no doubt, but activities are happening inside. So, as you deepen the journey, it doesn't mean that all the external activities will stop. It may stop. It may stop if you are moving from the second level to the third transition. Para, para, outside and inside. You are looking at an idol in the temple and your eyes close and you are meditating inside. You might open and again see the idol, connect to it, see the form, nama rupa, see the surrounding, connect to the energy through your panchindriyas. You might expand and connect. All those things you might do with the external. But whatever you do objectively, you are sensing it subjectively inside. And the moment ek pakad aati hai, moment you get a grip inside, then your eyes don't open. Then you don't connect anymore. You don't need that connection anymore. Then it's internal. So after, let's say, you enter a temple, you look at the whole thing, and you are sitting there, and you're looking at Krishna's idol or Rama's idol or Jesus or whoever, and you feel connected to that form. You might be looking at the Garbhagriha, the church or the space, holy space, Gurdwara, and by looking, you might connect. When your eyes close, then it is a disconnect. So that is apara se para. So now you are in this zone of using the outside for the inside. Apara para. So once you connect, then you don't need it. You are inside. And then when you are finishing, maybe you might open your eyes. When you open eyes, again you see the whole thing. You connect. You might feel gratitude to that place, to that idol because it connected to you. The temple, the church, that mosque. You might feel the gratitude to the priest, the teacher, the guru there who might have connected to you. So you connect to that back again. Whatever gratitude you feel, you send gratitude to that object. This is how the transition happens from outside to inside when you're moving. That's how the transition happens. It starts with that. No, Ed, you can't say it's all inside. See, one simple example I'll tell you. You say, but isn't it all inside? How do you know it is inside? Somebody from outside has told you this. Without that outside, you wouldn't have known about the inside. Now you are listening to an outside. We cannot say, no, I know the inside. If I know the inside, why are we listening to the outside? The outside always helps you to go to the inside. It is always inside. Definitely, it's inside. But I am talking about the three phases. First, it's we feel it's always outside in the starting stage. As we evolve, we come to know it is inside because the outside tells you it is inside. Guru tells you, scriptures tells you, somebody tells you from outside. Books might tell you God is inside. So somebody has to tell us because we are not all developed suddenly to know it's inside. By birth, we don't know it's inside. So we go to the outside, and from the outside, we take the wisdom experiences, and by that wisdom, we turn inside. That is why we give gratitude to the Guru outside. That is why Kabir said, if God appears and if Guru appears, whom will you bow to first? And Kabir says, I will bow to the Guru. Because if the Guru tells you, when the Guru tells you only, you can know about the inside, about God. Without the Guru, how would I know about God? His existence, or where does it exist? Like in Chidakash Gita, yesterday we discussed, Bhagavan Nityananda is telling very clearly, God, 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 we all know God is inside or outside in the sky or wherever it is. God is there, somewhere is there, or omnipresent. That also where we have learned from. He is omnipresent. Somebody has told us. He is inside. Do we know it by birth? No, somebody has told us. So while listening from the outside, we know about the inside. The Guru tells where God is, exactly like in Chidakasha Nityananda is telling. God is in the Hridayakasha. He is in the heart space. Now, where is the heart space? How to connect? So Nityananda says, a child also knows there is God, 5 year old, but it doesn't know where God is and how to approach it, how to go there. There comes the Guru. And where is the Guru? Guru is all the 24 elements. In that, one person, two persons might appear in our life to come and give us the Gyan, or 10 Gurus might come. That doesn't matter. But it is from outside only we go inside. No, listen, Edward, listen. We are going step by step. Let us not dive directly and aham brahmasmi. It is not going to happen. We all know it is internal and all that stuff, but why are we not able to stabilize? If we know, if we know why are we not having that experience, that simply says means that we do not know. So when we do not know, you listen to the outside. You get a knowing from the outside. Outside is important. No one can deny the outside and go inside. If you try, you will fall. And that is the reason I did yesterday's webinar. Because suddenly Ramana's talks and Nisardatta talks might appeal to us. We know there is, intuitively, we know internal. But how to stabilize it? How to move into that? How to go step by step there? What are the barriers? You definitely need a teacher outside. The Guru Tattva is utmost important in Atma Sakshatkar, self realization. Nobody by birth will just awaken until they are in that zone. of Tivra Shaktipat until they have spent multiple lifetimes and they are born ripe like Ramana, Adi Shankaracharya, Jesus Christ, Guru Nanak, Kabir, who don't need gurus, Buddha. Now, these people are not extraordinary people. These are people like you and me only. But only thing, they have spent enough lifetimes becoming ripe. A Janma may come where you also are born as a Buddha in future. We are gradually all ripening. At that state, you might not need. But at that state where you are born and you don't need a guru at all, we cannot disregard the previous lifetime's journey, which step by step brought you to that state where you don't need a guru. We have all had multiple gurus in life. And as I told you, as every state of evolution, something or the other appears to teach us. That is only God taking those forms, step by step. And they keep changing. I am not against the guru system. I am against the obsessiveness that people have towards one person, one body, not willing to look beyond that body. I totally object that and reject that theory, that belief that there is only one guru. Some may not have the capability to take you further, not because they are incapable, because that is the realm of work that they are supposed to be doing in the whole play of consciousness. They have the capacity, but everybody is given a certain role and they are all playing that role. That is why we must be aware of all the 24 elements. Guru Tattva is everywhere. Life is simply guiding us. Wherever you get help, bow down to that help. You cannot discredit, disregard anything that is playing an important, vital role in your life. Multiple gurus are acting on us all the time. Temple is a guru, idol is a guru. The temple teaches you a lot of things. A priest there might teach you a lot of things. The people there might teach you a lot of things. Your colleagues, your other members, co members might teach you a lot of things. Who is not a guru? Everybody is a guru. So, this openness to learn is important. We are nothing without the outer. From morning to evening, the Jagrit Avastha and in the Swapna Avastha, our life is based on the outer. By what we see, smell, taste, touch, hear, and seeing includes your dreams also. The aliveness that I have is because of the outer. You cannot deny the outer. If you're understanding and you're listening carefully to what I'm saying, if your bhava is in this manner, then only you can see God in the outside. And if you disregard the God outside, journey will be incomplete. You'll never be able to go inside because you are only partial now. Advaita means complete inclusion of the in and out. That is why we are being trained right now in the para and apara. Either one is not right. You say only inside para is right? No. You say only outside is right? No. Para apara. Para apara is the platform where you understand the wholesomeness of life. I understand about the microcosm and I understand the macrocosm, and I see the close reflection, the relation of both. And that is what we are doing right now. Never fall into any theory, philosophy of choosing one thing. That choosing should not come by choice, it must become a happening. That is the third level, para. दोनों में चुनना नहीं है कभी भी, एक बाहरी या भीतरी, वो चुनाव नहीं होता, वो अपने आप तीसरे में चला जाता है, तीसरा यानी कि परा में, लेकिन पूर्ण para is a state of outside and inside both. जब एक हो गया, para is not inside, apara is outside, no inside, कनेक्शन ही नहीं है. You can see all the people running around the temples and all that, कोई है ही नहीं. It's all the outside. They are doing, they're focused on the out. The energy is always outside. Their eyes are always open. Can you see? They cannot close their eyes. So the more the eyes are open, both the eyes are open, that means you're fully connected there only. Inside, nothing is happening. Your body is moving outside, running towards that object. In the second stage, you understand the outside and the inside. That is what we are learning. Where you look outside and you close your eyes, you understand inside. You're taking the outside inside. The third level is the inside and outside. It doesn't matter where your eyes is closed or eyes are open. You are connected to both in and out. That is para. In the third state, eyes are open. But that eyes is not open only to the outside. You are experiencing the outside world and the inside world, and there is no differentiation between the in and out. The inside God is felt outside. In everything, you feel God. So the reason to catch anything outside dissolves. The reason to go inside to the so called Atman also dissolves. It doesn't matter. In and out has become one. That is the third level. But knowing this is not enough. This might look very lucrative. And we might also say, wow, I understand that. I get that point. But you might understand it, but you'll never be able to stabilize it. Why? Because this level, para, we are not paying attention to. We have not done enough work to connect this in and out. That is what we practice in some of the webinars, Bhairav Mudra, the retreats and all. You open your eye, you look at the things, you see everything outside as it is and contain the same thing inside. You close your eyes also, you're seeing the outside. Then when you're contained it in the inside, again you open your eyes, you see the thing outside. What are you doing here? Do you understand now? This is the merging of the para and apara. Both has to become one. That is why I'm telling these are all step by step processes. If you ignore this and just sit with your philosophies of Ramana and Nisarga, you'll not get it. Yesterday, one of the seekers sent me from Canada after listening to webinars. It was a image of Papaji. Let me see exactly. I'll explain that. Here, I think I'll just okay. One second. I'll just put the image only here, so you will get a good idea of what happens with these higher teachings. Okay. Yeah. You cannot practice being. You are that. Have no pride. Just simply be self. You have to strike at the root of ego, but not with sadhana, which is by the ego for the ego. It is simply a trick of the mind to think that you need to be established in the self. You are already that. Everything you do is for the stillness of the mind. It disturbs your mind because doing is the mind, it's a trap. So, what Papaji, who's a disciple of Bhagavan Ramana, is trying to say here is you cannot practice beingness because you already are that being. How can the being practice? How can the Atman practice anything? You are already a Atman. So, the Atman cannot practice. So, he's saying simply just be the self. Now, the person sent me this with a Guru, very good understanding only. He wrote also at the same time, he says, this understanding that all doing sadhana, practice, etc., is one of the most fundamental shift in awareness that I received from your teachings. He is telling me. So he's giving this image to tell that I am understanding this better from your teachings. Most fundamental shift in awareness I have received from your teachings. He's not criticizing. He's telling I am understanding this better. But I pointed out one more thing. Now look at the same image. It says you cannot practice being, you already are that. Have no pride, just be simply yourself. Just be the self. Now, the third sentence says you have to strike at the root of the ego. Now, I am dealing with this. You have to strike at the root of the ego. How are you going to do this? First line explains you are the being, you are that. So, just simply be. Third line says you have to strike at the ego, not with sadhana. Now, there is no solution here. Anywhere you look into this whole statement, there is no solution. One says you need not practice. The other says you have to strike at the root of the ego, which is a practice. So this kind of things puts people into confusion. We might understand this technically, but most of the time we do not know what to do with it. So what I wrote to him was partially true what he says. What Papaji is saying is partially true. Because that's his experience and not the seeker's experience. See, he's talking, he's a teacher talking from his level. Ramana also says, you are the self, there is nothing to seek. But he's talking from his state, there is nothing to seek. But that is not the state of the seeker. So I said, not everyone can just be just by knowing it. I know just to be, but you can't be just by knowing it. I know this. I said, try it if you want. And tell me if you can just be. By just knowing this, oh, I saw Papaji's poster. Now my work is over. No sadhana, nothing. Now I am just going to be. Do it and show me. There are things that keep us away. These are the things that keep us away, and that has to be taken care of through the doing and efforts. Efforts only leads to effortlessness. So for a seeker, effort is needed. So do not pretend to become Ramana or Papaji just by listening. I got the point. Getting the point is not. They have given sadhanas also. They have given ways also. These are all quotes clipped from where, These are all quotes taken from direct interaction between the Guru and Shishya. Somebody must have sat very ripe there, very ripe, and he must have told it. वो पकड़ के teaching बना के social media पे. Now everybody cannot take the teaching because you are not sitting there at that state of consciousness. Your state of consciousness is different. So I wrote, we are also still doing many things. Like we are doing the webinars to experience the beingness. We are doing a lot of things. Right now we are doing the satsang to experience that beingness. So doing is still needed. Papaji is also doing all that preaching. Isn't he not doing? If it isn't the being, then why is he talking? बोलने की क्या जरूरत है? And if the seekers have understood it, it's just one line. Why do they go back to him again? Hmm. So I said, higher teachings can be delusional or impractical when one is not fully ready to receive it at that level. These teachings are only for those who are in the heightened states of consciousness, who are now just needing to drop that last further effort to sustain that state. It is certainly not for those who have not still reached that state. Right now, the goal is to be aware of both the doing and not doing without taking any side of doing or being. Now, that needs some amount of doing, is what I said. And then I shared with him another photo of the master itself. And that photo is this. Of course, everybody says be quiet or still, but it's not easy. That's why effort is necessary. Kata? So do not take these quotes directly because I told you the masters are speaking to different people at different levels. We do not know to whom they are talking. This is all a collection of their teachings. These are all at different states of consciousness. You know to whom this can be told. This can be told to somebody who has come and reached to that point, who has mastered the root practice. What I'm saying. What is the root practice? Yesterday we did it. Those who have not been able to do it here and are still here, you take the link and do it. That's not a problem. Just send a message to me. I'll send you the recordings are there till Saturday. Do it, but somebody asked about membership and all that. We are not doing anything right now. Just following the same thing. It's not needed right now. You just understand this. These webinars, membership and all next month we'll see May. But right now, get access to it. All those who are listening, if you have not done it also, just send a message and take that recording. You need not register, but go through it. Where you are required to first take care and attend to your body and mind first. Body, mind, prana. Master it and rise above body, above prana, above mind first. Till it stabilizes so much that you are 24 by 7 able to see that you are not the body, you're not that mind. You're able to see your mind is doing the thinking, your indriyas are doing whatever it's doing, your body is doing whatever it's doing, your responsibilities are taken care by itself. You're able to see that. You're not able to identify that I am the father, mother, husband, wife, brother, sister, so and so. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. But you are simply seeing and knowing. Your work doesn't stop. Your thinking doesn't stop. Your irritation or frustration or hurt doesn't stop. Please understand this very, very clearly. First level, I don't mean you control and become divine. Control life and become divine. Purify your act. I'm not saying all that. The practice here is to see things the way it is, whatever it is, good, bad, ugly. Eventually, as you start seeing it deeply, 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 your viveka that sees it will start taking better actions. Immediately, it's not possible. Immediately, the mind wants to control it. Oh, some wrong thoughts are coming. I'm trying to control it. Instead of controlling, see it. Continuously see it. That seeing becomes so powerful. That seeing is your viveka. You're activating your viveka, intellect. Then that becomes sharp enough to take decisions further, whether to do it or not. That's how it works. So this level is not about Atman. Don't even look at Papaji's teachings. I am that and all that. Don't even look. You will go into delusion. You will go into frustration because you like those teachings. You might understand it, but you will not be able to stabilize it because the first ground only is not clear. Mind is fully in Maya. Mind is fully in Moha. So when mind is fully entangled in the world, thinking I am the body, I am this father, mother, husband, wife, brother, sister, son, daughter. Strongly, if I carry this feeling, don't even think of I am that. Or Ramana's teachings or Papaji's, these kind of teachings. There is work to do there. First, master your awareness at those three levels. After that, step by step, you go. Now, this kind of teaching, what you are hearing from Papaji, is not definitely, he's not definitely talking to somebody who's stuck like a in the identity. Definitely, he's not talking to them. He's talking to someone who's very ripe, who has done this basic level of understanding, who's living as awareness. But in that awareness, when somebody is there, not identifying anymore with the world, the person is making some efforts in that state, some efforts to stabilize that, to hold on to that. Some efforts is being made, and Papa is telling drop that effort. It's not needed. You are already that. Are you getting the point? It is for Parvati. Shiva is not telling Parvati while she is doing tapas, give up your tapas, give up your yantra tantra mantra, stop doing pilgrimage. No, he's telling do all that in the start. But in the final stages, when she's come to that level, when she's reached this point, path of wisdom, when she has stabilized, risen above the world, above her body, above her mind, above her connections with the world, you can see in the sessions that we did on Arunachala, where Parvati is doing the tapas, she slowly loses her affinity even to her body and the ornaments and all she's giving up. Not because she has to give up. Affinity is dropping. That's what we are trying to say is the attachment to the body and the people connected with the body fade away. That is her state. Her state is of a vanaprastha, not a grahastha completely in the world. She has come to Vanaprastha, she is out to the sannyasa. Sorry, not the Vanaprastha, sannyasa. She has come to the sannyasa. Complete vairagya has come in her mind. Now that cannot be come by, oh, I understand, I want to become Parvati, I cannot give up. You cannot. Your impatience cannot take you there because you are impatient. That doesn't mean that you are entitled to go there. You have to deal with your prarabdha, your work. You have to work out those things which are eventually slowly unfolding. There is no question of impatience here. Even if you know the future, if you know the third level, you are not going to go there. Get this crystal clear if you don't want to get frustrated every day. If you get this point, you will settle with what is in your plate right now. You will attend to what you have to attend right now. You have to take care, whatever you need to take care of the things right now, you will take care in the present. Your mind will not hover in the future. These are all future Papaji stocks. You are looking at the future because it's very lucrative, but you are ignoring the present. Present, there is work to be done. Who will tell you? Your teacher will tell you there is work to be done. Your mind will tell you there is no work to be done. I need to be there in that state. So once you learn by listening to your own mind again and again, and you tumble down, then you say it's not working. Then you have to again listen to the teacher and understand why it's not working. That understanding is important because when you understand, you settle with what is in your plate. You finish what is in your plate, automatically you will move to the next. That is the essence of tapas, what we call. Where Parvati is doing a tapas, she didn't win the heart of Shiva just because she is his wife. Never think by having close affinity to God, higher teachings to Guru, by flattering the Guru teachers, or flattering God by offering them this and that, shortcut will come. Parvati also did not succeed. You think the whole thing, Parvati and Shiva are so close. Shiva would have told, Arey, you are my wife. What is the need for you to do all these things? Eh, just come. I'll take you in. You have the right to be here. No. Parvati is waiting for it decades. And what she's doing in those decades, she's attending to what has to be attended in the moment, step by step, day by day, she's working. She's not contemplating on the future. She's enjoying her unfolding in the moment. That's what I'm trying to bring attention to. Enjoy the unfolding of the journey right now because that is called the experience of life. That is why you have taken birth. Birth is not to escape the human body. It is to see everything. It is to feel everything. It is to understand. It is to evolve. It is to grow. So your whole attention must come to what am I to learn right now? If you put your attention there, immediately those things will surface up. And when you put your attention to that, you are able to master that. As you master, you rise. That is called tapas. That is called sadhana. That is called austerities. Parvati did austerity. But one day, when she eventually comes to that state after doing all that, rising to that level, in the sannyasa state, in the final state, there she's come close to that, and that state is called I amness, where you have done everything and you have risen. Now you are constantly in the I amness. You just, without an identity, experiencing the other half of you. Now you like that. You like that space. Now you're telling what next? Your effort, your tapas, your sadhana has brought you to that state. But now you're telling what next? How do I merge with that? There, that question of Parvati to Shiva, and Shiva is telling, now give up that effort. That is what Papaji is talking there. You are already there. It is the mind trick that is telling you that there is something to be now chased. Just be. So, what is Shiva telling Parvati? Calm down, Nischal, be still. When you become still, I will absorb you. And that's the final state. So, those masters are talking to some ripe disciple, which is what, when I look at that image, I can feel. He is not giving a public lecture. That somebody wrote, they noted it down, they put it, but we cannot think to be there. We have not reached there yet. So I told the gentleman, there is work to do. Parvati has done work, you also do that work. And that is why Ramana is telling. Effort is needed to become effortless. It is easy. Books and everybody says be still, just be. But it's not easy. Ramana is telling it's not easy. Ramana, who's telling all his life that you are the self, he's telling it's not easy. So to whom is he telling this? To some people, Ramana is telling just be. You are the self. Why are you struggling? And you can see the other quote here telling it's not easy. So do you understand? They are talking to multiple people of multiple states of consciousness. Do not generalize their teachings step by step, whatever comes. And that is what this platform is trying to offer, that step by step as we are going without hurrying anywhere, getting crystal clear clarity, working on what we have to work here. No hurry here. We are all relaxed. We are all simply enjoying the journey. Nowhere to go. Where one question that I would like to ask: where are you trying to go? And what are you going to do after that? Why is that hurry? That I want to reach the destination. How if I tell you your journey is your destination? The journey itself is the destination. When you realize that, you will see you have found it. That is what all these Mahapurushas are trying to tell. If you treat the journey itself as the destination, you will settle down in the moment, in the now, and just be whatever you are supposed to be. Ramana says, don't be this or that, just be. See how deep this is? Don't be this or that means don't be an ignorant, don't be a liberated one also. Trying to be a liberated one also is an effort to be something. Don't try to be nothing. Don't try to be Shiva. You will not succeed. Shiva, Parvati did not succeed. She has to simply come to that state where she has risen above everything and just stay calm there. In that calmness, she dissolves, not by effort. So, where is this question of being somewhere, going somewhere, getting liberated? You are going in the opposite direction. So at this level, we are not supposed to think about that. We are supposed to think about how can I be free in this moment, in whichever situation I am in, without resistance, without struggle, without the urge to be in the tomorrow, without the urge to pull that tomorrow or the upcoming states now. If you say what is the next step, you're interested in bringing that next step into the now, which is not possible because you are not handling the now. If you handle the now moment by moment, the next step becomes the now eventually. Tomorrow will become today. Now, today we are there, tomorrow the date is there, 14th April. How much ever you think about 14th April, you're not going to get it now because right now your reality is 13th April. But if you stay in the 13th April, just stay. You will see the 14th April will just happen to you. It will just come without you going. So, this is the illusion that the mind is always restless. I want April 14th. I want December 14th. How much ever you think, you are going to become restless. It's not going to come to you. If you are in the now, dates will not matter. Tell me, if you are in the now, happy, pleasant, let us say you're looking forward to 25th December, Christmas Day, or the New Year, or whatever your birth date, and you're eagerly waiting for that date. When it's going to come, when it's going to come, when it's going to come. Your birthday. I don't know why people are thrilled about their birthdays, but they're very, very thrilled. waiting for their birthday. These are those poor souls who have never received attention in their life. They are waiting for one day to get all the attention from the world. These are people who are never in the now, guaranteed. They need a special festival, they need a special occasion to feel special, for the world to make them feel special. Because they are in the moment, they are not feeling special. In the moment, they don't feel love. They know that the world doesn't love them. Nobody cares a damn shit about them. On birthdays, everybody will wish, everybody will call. So they look forward to an event which is not there in their life in the present. But I am telling you, if you come in the moment and you celebrate life, and if you make it a happy birthday right now, will you look for that one damn day in the 365 days? सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता. You're not waiting. You don't need to wait for any festival, any special day to feel special. Every moment you're feeling your celebration. You're in celebration. That's what I'm trying to say. That tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is just an imagination. When you are in the tomorrow, you're losing your today. And today is where life is. Today, in the now, right this moment to moment, we are alive. How do you feel I am alive? In this second, you cannot feel alive in the past, in the second that passed, or the second that is coming. In this second, every second that hits your life, you are feeling aliveness. It's in the now. This whole path is talking about the now. And when you shift into awareness, you are in the now. Whenever you shift into the now, what happens? You feel the present. You know, you feel good, you feel nice, you are enjoying the moment. Do you see that? When you expand your peripheral vision, when you expand your sounds, when you expand the sensation in your body, are you in the present or the past? Tell me. In that moment, you are perfectly synchronized in the now, experiencing the now. You are in the presence. That is why it is called presence, present tense. You are present there. Right now, I'm present. You're not absent, you're present. That's called presence. You being present is your presence. So living in presence is the first root step. If you cannot be in the present, you cannot understand the Atman, because the Atman is in the now. The self is in the now. The self is not in the tomorrow. It's not that till you get self realized, the self is absent in you. The self is right now in you as you. The self only is entered into the mind and now pretending or behaving like an ignorant, stuck person. The self is right now here. You cannot connect to that until you become aware first of your mind. That is what I said. God, that you are God, the God has entered the mind and God is behaving like XYZ. As simple as that. You are XYZ right now. You cannot understand that XYZ is God. And that is what the scriptures are trying to tell, teachers are trying to tell. But by knowing that, you cannot. Why you cannot? Because the XYZ has identified deeply with people, places, and things. Me and mine, me and mine. That is why XYZ has got the identity of XYZ. Until you dissolve this identity of XYZ, it is impossible to understand how God becomes XYZ. And we are not busy. We are not even making an attempt to dissolve the XYZ. But we are trying to understand that Aham Brahmasmi. अहम ही ब्रह्म है. हाउ अहम ब्रह्म हो सकता है? अहम अभी माता है, पिता है, पुत्र है. हाउ कैन आई बी दैट? राइट नाउ आई एम दिस, whatever this I am holding on to. When I am this, I cannot understand I am that. So first see, I am not this. Without seeing I am not this, don't attempt for I am that. So there is work here. Constantly being in your presence, you will understand I am not this. When you clearly know I am not this, you will know this is not mine, that is not mine. This and that is not this one. First ये छुटकारा होना चाहिए clearly. So first the pure awareness, that is God, fully awake God, Purna Jagrit, uninterrupted awareness in all the three states. That God has now entered into the mind ego and now is wavering in the three zones of ignorance. Sometimes waking, sometimes sleeping, sometimes dreaming, sometimes waking, sometimes dreaming, sometimes sleeping, and in the cycle, it's lost, it's unconscious. God has become unconscious here. While you're being carried in this unconscious wave, how can you know I'm God? So, that God first has to awake here. The God in the mind has to awake and see the seeing. First, I have to awake. I, the mind, has to awake. The God in me has to awaken first. And that is what we are doing. Awakening the God within. Not becoming God right now. First, I have to awaken. First, I have to know I'm the child of God. Because the mind says, oh, I'm the child of God when it awakens. It doesn't say I'm God immediately. If it says immediately, then it's rushing through some higher teachings. First level, what does it feel? Para, apara, when it's always in the outside, ignorant state, before your awakening state. You feel, I am this. You feel, I am the son or daughter of Mr. and Mrs. XYZ. Don't you feel? Think sincerely. What do you feel? Whose child you are? I have parents. I am the child of this parents, grandparents. I come from this lineage. This is my ancestors. Don't you identify with that? So the God is not awakened yet. When the God awakens inside, you will start feeling I'm the child of God. You look at your parents also as, because you are no more identifying with the body. You can't identify with the bodies of the body. You will know very clearly what you call as I am the son and daughter of so and so. The body is calling that. I am not the body. This body belongs to those parents and families. This body belongs to my wife and my husband, my son and daughter, my father and mother. That is called awakening. There, that awareness comes. And that is a feeling I am the child of God. I am not the child of anybody here. Have we reached that state? That is what we are striving. Not by daily thinking I am the child of God. That anybody can think. Experiencing it. How do you experience these practices? Constantly experiencing that I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this intellect. Not by saying it like a mantra, experiencing it all the time, continuously. And when that becomes very firm in you, not by mind, not by giving gyan. Who are you? I am the soul. Are you feeling it right now? Who are you? Oh, I don't belong to this. You might say, I don't belong to this family. I don't belong to this lineage. You might even say, no, I am the child of God. But are you feeling it and experiencing it now? That's the question. That's the sincere question. It's not about knowing. Intellectual gyan nahi hai. It's about feeling it. And those who feel it will never say. Those who feel it will never go on saying that I am the child of God. They will never talk about all these Atman. Because sometimes when I have conversation with my friends or people, the spiritual giants, anything with their world, they will immediately start talking about it. Where did you go yesterday? If I ask them, for example, where can I go? I have always been here. Oh, good. But are you actually experiencing? If you are experiencing, you wouldn't even talk about it. Talking is fake. A knower will never talk about it. A knower will simply play the game. Where had you been? Oh, I had been to the party yesterday. Inside, he knows that he is not that. You don't have to say that. So, we are not talking about gyan. We are not talking about knowledge. We are talking about experience. And we have to strive to come to that. That is what is there in our plate right now. That is what is there for us in the now. It is not there in jumping to that I am that I am. How much ever you jump, you are not going to reach there. I am that I am comes to you. You don't go to it. That experience come to you when you have finished the things on your plate. So right now, our attempt must be to completely come to what we are doing right now, what we are supposed to do, what is the mind unfolding, what is life unfolding, what is there right now, what these things are there. Oh, there are families, there are responsibilities, so called. I have a job to do, I have things to take care of myself, I have a dental appointment, I have to pay my car insurance, I have to pay the bills, I have to buy groceries, I have to pay the tuition fees or school fees, I have to get my child admitted. Fantastic. You can still do all these things by disidentifying with that role, knowing that life is unfolding something, and here I am doing this. Right now, life is doing this through me. That is the attitude that has. It is not about escaping this moment and trying to reason with. That is the whole thing what we are trying to understand here. Because it's not going to happen that way. Urgency will bring you only for frustration and you lose your moment. The moment will be lost, the awareness will be disconnected. If you are disconnected from that awareness, you cannot be. So at the moment I'm feeling bad. I incurred some losses in my business. So what should be the attitude? Go to the ashram or sit in meditation and try to heal that feeling? What we are saying is you have experienced something as a part and outcome of the play of life. It's happening there. You feel sad about it? Feel the sadness. No, I'm feeling sad right now. That split is what I'm talking. Yesterday, what we experienced. One split in the webinar. One split with it. It is not about controlling anything. It's just knowing and being aware of whatever is happening, where your mind and body is feeling it, happy or sorrow, but one presence is watching and knowing about the happiness or the sorrow. There is a knowing in you that right now I'm sad. There is a knowing in you that right now I'm happy. A knowing that I'm jealous. Knowing that I'm angry. A knowing that I'm cheerful. A knowing that I'm at peace. That is what the practice is. Not control anything. So in that knowing, when you become into the knowing again and again, you are becoming the presence. You are moving to becoming the child of God. You are no more the child or the person of this world. You are no more belonging to this world. You belong to that consciousness. You cannot come to this state if you're identifying, if you're fighting. I'm feeling bad. Let me fight and let me become happy because you're denying the present. You are denying what is coming. See, what is the basic sar kya hai? What is the essence of whole spirituality? What is the state of Shiva? In Shiva, everything is happening. Right now, the wars are happening. Isn't Shiva aware of it? Is Shiva coming with his Trishul and correcting the world? Tell me, where is your Shiva? Tell me this. Where was your Shiva when pandemic came? Why can't he come and jump like a Superman and save everybody? Why can't he simply come and just reset this whole world? Think this is now not a zone of Puranas where you're sitting in belief. If your belief is there, I'm challenging your belief. Where is that God? What is the God doing right now? Why is he not interfering? Because the nature of Shiva is not to interfere. It witnesses everything. It is witnessing creation. Creation is created by the individual egos here. Shakti is created, Shakti is enjoying, Shakti is experiencing. Bondage, freedom, Shakti is experiencing. Shiva is only aware of it. That is the part in you that you're trying to activate right now. Your life, your thoughts, whatever is happening, up and down. In the world also, up and down is going. Is the Shiva moving? It's not moving, it's aware. So in your life also, things are going up and down, but there is one presence that knows it. Are you getting the point? And mind level, when you do, you have become the child of God. You have become like a mini God. First, यहाँ पे काम है. When you master that, then you are exactly doing what Shiva is doing. You have become the pure witness. That is the state of I am that I am. You have become that then. Atman hi Paramatma. Jivatman hi Paramatma. Are you getting the point? So there is work here. And this is the second level I'm telling you. First level is where there is completely ignorance. First level, you feel the God is outside only. He's in the temple. Shiva is in the temple. That is why you're desperately going to him for your all your problems, and still no solution is coming because Shiva is just witnessing you. You are experiencing the outcome of what you created. That is karma. Shiva has nothing to do with anybody's karma. We choose, we create, we experience. We don't like an experience that we created. We reprogram, rechange the desire. We heal, we restore, we recreate. Both are our experiences. I got into trouble, into bondage. Now we are all right now in bondage. Who brought us in bondage? Not Shiva. Us, our own choices. So who's experiencing the bondage? We. Now who's sitting and doing sadhana here? Who's doing putting efforts here? We. Why? To experience freedom. Freedom and bondage is our choice. Shiva has nothing to do with it. Shiva is simply aware. Shiva is only the light provider by which our buddhi, our intellect, our mind, our prana, our body all becomes alive, and we can play this. We can play this tool. But with that electricity, what we do is our individual choices by which we are in the frame of karma. So that light which illuminates us, illuminates the ego, that is the pure awareness right now in us. By which right now, even we are thinking, feeling, knowing, understanding, having desires, even this, what we are knowing right now, is by that light. That light is using our mind to understand. Your mind only is understanding things right now. Your mind only created bondage previously. Right now, your mind only is creating freedom. मन ही करता, मन ही भोगता. भोगने वाला कौन है? Experiencer is always the mind ego. We are the mind ego right now. Because of our personal identity, we are playing both the games. Sometimes to be stuck, sometimes to be free. Right now, we are playing the game of becoming free. Shiva has nothing to do with it. It is my choice right now. I want to become free. I do this. If I say no, bullshit to all this nonsense, I don't care anything. I'll do what I want. Do you think Shiva is going to come and tell you to change your thoughts? Freedom. That's called freedom in the play. Every little ego chooses its own freedom. And thus, this freedom gives rise to the play. They play with each other. And in that play, somebody experiences bondage, somebody experiences liberation. Shiva has nothing to do with your decision to either become bonded or become liberated. That is the meaning. Shiva has nothing to do with what Shakti is doing. Shiva is simply unconditionally giving you the light to play your game. You become a Ravana, you become a Ram, it is your own game story. But I will provide you with the light. Are you getting it? That's called the unconditional love of God in the play. These, this Gyan Marga, this path of wisdom is open only in the second stage. In the first stage, your God is all outside. What you're listening right now, you'll not be able to understand. People who are in that state will never be able to understand this, what is being talked here. They will say, no, there is a God there in the temple. That God has the power to influence. That God only is doing everything. God is taking care of me. Okay, good enough. On a deeper terms, yes, God is taking care of you because He is supplying the light to you right now. So, yes, He is taking care of you. So right now, if I say I want to change my life, yes, he is taking care of you because he is providing the light in which that illumination is happening in your intellect. Your intellect is making a choice. The ego is making a choice. I want to change. You are wanting to change, but you say God's grace. Yes, definitely, because that ego has got the light of God by which it is giving even this thought. So these are little deeper tattvas of the second stage. In the first stage, it's all outside. God, 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 God. That is why the karma kanda. Full ignorance, thinking that God only will do it. If I do this puja, if I worship God, if I flatter God means offer him ghee, kadiya, offer him coconuts, offer him money. Hmm, so funny. Shiva has nothing to do with your money. It's all your own play. You offer it, you think you are giving it something. You create a belief that things will change, and that belief will help you. Your faith, where the mind is playing the game. If the mind believes I'm stuck, it is going to be stuck. If the mind believes I'm free, it is going to be free. Where is God in this? Tell me. What has God to do in this? Think about it. मन ही करता मन ही भोगता. And what does God and goddesses, all the powers, say? In Durga Shaptashti, what does Mother Divine say? जिस रूप में ध्याओगे उस रूप में चले जाओगे. Doesn't she say? Whatever you think, whatever you feel as your bhav, so will be the consequence. I will come to you, she says, definitely. But I will come the way you want me to come, God says. She is not imposing there. संपन्न रूप से ध्याओगी तो संपन्नता बन के आऊंगी. If you worship me as abundance, I will come as abundance in your life, he says. That is where Lakshmi comes into your life. Lakshmi is your choice. Eh? Lakshmi is not self-imposing on you. You chose abundance, Lakshmi will come to you. स्वास्थ्य रूप में ध्याओगे तो स्वास्थ्य बन के आओगे. If you worship me as health, I will come to you in the form of good health. दरिद्र रूप में ध्याओगी तो दरिद्रता बन के आऊंगी. If you worship me as any ill fate, opposite of abundance, I will come to you in that form, misery. If you worship me as misery, I will come to you as misery. Now tell me, where is the God having this power to change? What should God say? You think of misery, दरिद्र रूप में मुझे ध्याओ, मैं संपन्नता बन के आऊंगी. I will come like abundance. You behave miserly, you live in lack, you believe in lack, you curse yourself, your fate, you remain that way. God should say, I will come to you as abundance. Does God say that? Why is not God saying that? Then who has the real control over life here? Think about it. So this only explains very clearly the higher scriptures that God also, even the goddess is telling, in whichever way you worship me, I'll come in that form. In whichever way Ravana worshipped Shiva, Shiva appeared into Ravana, and Shiva's power only Ravana used to create Lanka. Please understand. He didn't worship anybody else. He worshipped only Shiva. So who created Lanka? Ravana wanted. Who supplied him with the Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti? Shiva. Who graced him, gave him the blessings? With the blessings only he created Ravana, the Lanka, right? Where is God deciding anybody's? God is unconditional. So in our life also, whatever is happening, we are simply illuminated by that presence. By that presence, we are thinking, we are behaving, we are taking decisions. We can take the same light and create what we want. We can take the same electricity and create a water heater or an induction cooker or a cremation platform, electricity to burn bodies, or an electrocuting chair to kill people. Array, it's the same electricity. Electricity is not impure or pure. Electricity is electricity. Consciousness is consciousness. Pure awareness is pure awareness. That enters, and where it enters, what is the content of where it enters? According to that content, that container has experiences. So let us understand what God is, who Shiva is. At this level, Shiva cannot influence anything, but Shiva, the grace, the light by which I think, that can be connected to, that we can become aware. That presence in us right now, that presence only is the light that is just a watcher. So I am trying to become aware and conscious of that part of me which I am, the witness part of me. I am the witness actually. Because I've identified with things, I've got stuck there. So my step right now is to move from that XYZ and look at things by being in presence. How to do that? I've given you enough techniques. This will not come just by knowing, by thinking. You have to do those practices regularly, day in and day out. And then you will see automatically when you are doing those practice, those moments when you're doing the practice, see, you will just be a witness, you will be present. See it. So you are becoming the Shiva, and the mind and body is like a separate entity. It's like the Shakti doing something else, creating the world. Man hi karta, man hi bhokta, all those things are happening. The ego part of you is working, and the presence part of you, the Shiva part of you, is watching your own mind, your own body, your own activities, your own karmas, prarabdha. Is watching. Become that first by these practices. Strengthen that first. Uske baad who am I and all. That's very easy. I'm telling you, those steps are very easy after that. It's not easy right now because we have bypassed this. So I have made this course compulsory for people entering, shifting into awareness. Because the first step that people come here into this platform, shifting into awareness, is the people who are coming from apara, completely outside. Their gods are outside. The whole decision is based on the god. So that is why they try to flatter and control the gods. Their whole idea comes by influencing God. They want to change things outside. It's all in the outside. If I do so many rounds, Girivalams, Shiva is going to be happy with me. If I do 10 pujas or 2 havans, major havans, Shiva is going to be happy with me. Shiva is neither happy or unhappy with you. But when you do these rituals by connecting to the outside, what is happening is the inside is purified. Your belief in that ritual, when you do that, it purifies your inner space. By purification of the inner space, your intellect develops and you are able to make better choices for a better life. You only change your intellect, you only make better choices, thus, the outcomes also change, and the credit you give to God. God's work is only to be present in your life at all time to supply you with whatever you want to do. Please understand this. Whatever you want to do, that is the credit you give God. That He is there or she is there always in my life. But what I do with it is mine. That is the meaning of surrender to that presence, that power. That power by which I am able to have this experience. As simple as that. So if I want to experience something good, I need power. I need that light in me to illuminate me, to work on myself, to release, to heal, to forgive, to let go. For that, I need the illumination in me, that intellect, that inspiration. Inspiration doesn't come from God, please. Come on. Inspiration is coming from your mind and Vivek. Mind. Intellect is deciding upon that. It's your faculty, your instruments. God is only giving light into that instrument. I am right now in my mind. I want to awaken my Viveka, Buddhi, Jnanamaya Kosha. I want to strengthen it. It's your deciding. You are deciding. So that light, you are using it there. The more you shift into awareness, you are using the same light of God to purify these things. But decision maker is you. You are the Shakti. Shakti is doing all this moving. Shakti creates, she maintains, she destroys. You only are that Shakti. The ego part only is called as Shakti. Are you getting the whole thing? Ichcha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. Know this very, very clear. When you say I, the ego, the identity, you are the Shakti in which there are these three forms at all times, where the ego can create, can maintain, can destroy. What you do with it, what you create, what you maintain, what you destroy is upon you. Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. What you create, the desire, the start of the desire, what kind of desire is it? And moving towards that desire, the Kriya Shakti, the activity, and the wisdom, how to manifest that in your life. These three faculties are yours. Which direction to create is your individual decision. Don't you see? Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, the Shakti only creates the whole thing. Even a criminal is using this same. You become a criminal, you will get criminal ideas, criminal desires. That is the Icha Shakti, Shakti itself. And how to do the crime? Jnana Shakti, that also is there in that one. How to do the crime is also Jnana Shakti, my dear. It's not coming from elsewhere. And how to proceed and get that done? Movement, Kriya Shakti, Kriyaman. That also, in the criminal also, it's Shakti only that's working. Because that identity has chose to play the game in this manner. On that level, there is no good and bad. There is no right and wrong. It is simply a play of that energy. So that which makes one do an act by which they suffer negative some consequences which they don't like. They create hurt to somebody, icha, the desire to hurt somebody, and the jnana, I know how to hurt somebody. Let me go and do this to hurt them. I have the jnana shakti. And kriya shakti, I go and do it. So I have given hurt. That is law of karma. When you give, you receive back. So whatever you give, it comes back to you. When it comes back to you, you have another choice again. Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. With this, what Jnana did I get? What wisdom did I get? Is the wisdom that, oh, that person has done something to me. I need to get even. If that is the wisdom, then the Icha will be, the desire will be to go and give back again. And the Kriya will help you go and give back again. Are you getting it? But if the Icha is, the desire is, no, I've learned a lesson. If this is hurting me, then I have, what I did also is hurting them. Oh, this is how pain feels. This is how hurt feels. So I've learned a lesson. I don't want to hurt anybody. When you say I don't want to hurt anybody, it simply means you don't want to hurt yourself. Are you getting that? Simple. Because in hurting others, you are hurting yourself. Because that is a part of you. So life plays it in duality and shows it back to you. You do anything to others, so exactly you will get here. So once you get that lesson, you say, no, I don't want. So now the Jnana Shakti will tell you how not to, how to release, how to forgive. Icha will come that kind to do those acts, and Kriya will happen. You will do that act. By doing that, you redeem that karma. You have healed that karma. Who is in the play? You only are playing this way or that way. What has Shiva got to do with this? Shiva is simply watching and giving you supply. You do whatever you want to play. Full choices. I will be supplying with you and have an experience of life. So in the first level, this whole thing what I'm talking is never understood. The whole projection is something is happening from the outside. I have nothing to do. I am a victim of the outside. Things are happening to me. I don't know what's happening. Maybe my stars are wrong. Maybe I have not flattered gods or gurus enough. Maybe I need to change my guru. I need to change my path. Maybe it's in a different sadhana. Maybe I apply that yantra. Maybe I take this yantra, mantra. Or maybe if I do that pilgrimage, maybe if I do that, it is all in the outside. It is that, you do something outside and you're going to get inside. So that is called the avidya state. In the Shrotas, in the deeper scriptures, you'll see all this. In Upanishads and all, you'll see this is all comes under avidya. This all comes under ignorance. All these rituals are ignorance, because rituals is a feeling that it's not here, it's something else that can do for me. It's good enough in the start stage, because that's the first step, baby steps. So when those things are done, eventually the impact of the outer energy, vibration, the impact of that place by which one is connecting, and even the belief that God is doing, Guru is doing, that belief changes inside. They fail to see that it is the faith that is working, not the outside object. I have told this thousand times that no Guru, no God, no deity has any power until you have the faith in it. I told this, right? Jesus touched somebody's eyes and the blind man could see, and he went around, hurrah, I can see, Jesus has healed me. He celebrates, and Jesus calls him and says, he whispers to him and says, I didn't heal you. Your faith, thy faith has healed you. Thy faith has healed thou. So Jesus is telling, because Jesus doesn't want to take credit there. How easy for him to take credit? Oh, somebody is worshipping me. Good, I did it for you. In the start, many will do that also. Many gurus also will say, I am doing it. Because they are not in a stage to understand that their faith is doing it. Because they are so disgusted with themselves. Self worth issues. They don't love themselves. They have lost their whole, they think they are nothing, useless. So to a useless person, you cannot say you are a very useful person. It's your power. They'll not understand it. So some gurus, some saints will say, okay, I'm doing it. And they'll say, have faith in me. Are you getting it? Where Sai Baba is saying, Shraddha Saburi Viswas. I can give you anything that you want. Have faith and patience and the devotion to me. They are not wanting to be worshipped. They are trying to help you. The Manta Buddhi, that state, they're trying to help. They say, have faith in your Guru, have faith in God. They will do it for you. And your faith, more and more you do that, you fall in love with that object, that person, that thing, their qualities. Their qualities is what you're loving. And when you love the qualities of your gurus, of your deities, of your ishta, what you're doing is ध्या रहे हो उसको, ध्यान कर रहे हो. And what is mother says, जिस रूप में मुझे ध्याओगे उस रूप में चली आऊंगी. So you're looking at an outside object and having devotion and liking the goodness in that person, that being, in the sattvic qualities, in the God that you see in that guru. You're falling in love with that. In that you are, आपको ध्याओ आपको बजो, जिस रूप में ध्या रहे हो उस रूप में चली आऊंगी. So you are worshipping the divinity in someone, and that divinity starts coming to you. What you are doing is at the mind level, you are simply manifesting it in your own subjective awareness. You are connecting there. But as I told you, when you connect to anybody outside there, something happens in your inside. Love happens here when you look there. Love doesn't come from there to here. Your grace is not coming from the Guru's eyes to you. It looks like that. Oh, the Guru is looking at me and grace is coming. You are looking and believing that grace is coming from that eyes. That belief is giving you kriya. See how powerful it is? And right besides you, another person is sitting and looking at the Guru and having full of doubt. This guy seems to be like a crook to me. I've heard a lot of things about this person. Do you think this person will have kriyas? Think about it. Is it the Guru that is doing, or is it the individual? That is why Ramana said, Grace does the work and saints take the credit. Saints take the credit for many reasons. Some ignorantly might, okay, that's another thing. But many do it knowingly because they want to help you. They say, okay, fine, get a good grip on it. But the only catch is, in doing so, you become so fascinated and obsessed with that outside being that now you believe it is coming from there. And that is where the next catch is. Then you can't believe you are generating it. You will say, if this object, this person, this thing, this deity is not, this yantra, tantra, mantra is not in my life, I am going to be dead. And that is why you are obsessed with all these objects. That becomes a barrier in level two, which is the entry level here in shifting into awareness. So when people come here and when this is shown to them, they run. Why they run? Because that belief has become so strong, it is in the outer. The outer is doing everything they feel. That takes a while. That takes a while for them to understand the inside. This is perfectly why how Ramana is telling the outer guru should lead you to your inner guru. So the outer, by the outer, you look at those things, and from inside the wisdom rises in you. By looking at that guru, worshipping that guru, that deity, inside the wisdom rises in you. And then you understand this whole scenario. And then you're not scared anymore. There's no fear anymore. There's clarity. By that clarity, what happens? You shift from the outside to the inside. Then I say, welcome to shifting to when you have started that shift from outside to inside. Now you understand it's inside. From here, we move ahead. So from the inside, now you are awakening, and this inside you are blooming. The inner guru you are blooming. Now you know you are not disconnected from the outside. You might look still outside, but again you return to the inside till you become so much inside that now you don't need an outside. That is the transition from level 2 to level 3 you're going. So that step is what I call you become the child of God, not a child of anybody else. You don't belong to the world. You belong to that consciousness. You are aware of it. You are experiencing it. I am consciousness right now, pretending to be this and that, forgotten into these identities. You are aware of it. You can't get rid of that identity, but you are aware of it. And that's maturity. That's where life is evolving. That is what we do at this stage. And I am the child of God. So if you can become fully, deeply aware that you are not belonging to this world and nothing belongs to you, but still you have no problem being in this world, being in the family. It doesn't matter whether you're there or not, but internally the presence is aware, the mind body is doing it. So one part of you, the ego part is doing, the other part is being. These two splits starts awakening in you. The doer also is active on one side, the witnesser also is active on one side. You are both. That is apara and para, both. That is how you are living the dual. This has to be completed properly. Without this, you cannot go to the third, where the outside and inside become one. Right now, it is two. Right now, you are feeling, oh, my mind is doing this, my body is doing this. You are the presence, but you are knowing this. Still, there is two. Becoming three is not a problem, but this is the main problem. Third one is that state where Parvati and Shiva, what I talked, she cannot do the presence cannot look at that, and the ego there, the doer cannot say I want to become my presence only. It cannot. You have to remain in these states only, but fully mature. Then the doer which is there, The presence is watching, and the doer is now not identifying anything because there is no sense of doership. What happens? This doer is simply exhausting karmas, no new karmas, because you are in the present. That is the science. So, this exhaustion of karmas, the doer, this is watching, this slowly starts fading out, reducing. And finally, the more it reduces, the more you are in awareness, more you are in witness. And finally, this dissolves. The last bit of karma dissolves. That is when the I completely dissolves. That is called mukti moksha. So this one cannot merge. Are you getting it? This part of you can simply watch you fade out. That's level three, what we're talking about. And those are stages of Jivan Mukta where you can see people like Ramana and they are all in karma is happening to them and it's fading out. It is exhausting and they have nothing to do with it because they are in that real sense. They are already free. That's called Jivan Mukta. Knowing that your presence and things are happening in your Akasha. The Brahmanda has been created in the Akasha. I am the Chidakasha. In the Chidakasha, the worlds come and go. Chidakasha is unaffected. So that is the state of self-realization, where the self is unaffected. Things are happening to you. Play is going on. But the identification is more with the self. Are you getting the point? But with the eyes open, there is still internal subjective experience. So yeah, the same thing. I explained now. Now you will understand what is that. Eyes open. Yes, eyes open means presence is fully active. Now the presence is watching the activities. It no more has to pretend or close its eyes. It's fully aware. That's the eyes open. So it doesn't matter what's happening in the mind, what's happening outside the mind. It is still like the things happening in the space. Clouds coming and going, the wind blowing, fire happening somewhere, earth revolving. Everything is going on, but this space is unaffected by it. Its eyes is always open. That is what we call the three states have been awakened now. Tripura. Tripura Rahasya यही है, where the three states are awake. You are awake in the awakefulness, you are awake in the dream, you are awake in the sleep. This awakefulness, this presence is present. It's fully awake now in all the three states of consciousness. And what does Shiva Sutra say? Durga is uninterrupted awareness. Simple. That aspect of you only. Uninterrupted awareness, that is. And that uninterrupted awareness, which has no interruption of free awareness, is only called pure awareness. Shiva or Mahadev. Mahadev is the state of pure awareness. The pure witness which is just watching. The Mahadev that you feel will come to help you, will help you, is the Ishvara Tattva, the Saguna Rupa of the Nirguna. From the nothingness, when the creation comes and that nothingness takes a form, that takes from us Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. The third one, Mahesh, Shiva. You are worshipping that one. That one which comes and goes. Even Shiva comes and goes. That Shiva is not the one who's Avinashi. The Shankar Avinashi, what you're telling, the Shankara that you see is the form, but the Tattva from where he is coming is the Avinashi Tattva. In the Shankara, there is an Avinashi. You are Shankara, in which there is an Avinashi, which cannot be destroyed. Avinashi means cannot be destroyed. That is the Nirguna Nirakara, which is hidden in the Shankara. So, in the para level, what we are talking, Mahadev, we are talking about that awareness, that pure awareness which we are realizing as Mahadeva. Then you say, I am Mahadeva. Then you say, Shivoham. You don't say, because saying is completely false. There is no sayer there. It is an experience. Shivoham. Then the I has completely dissolved into that, and what remains is only pure consciousness, pure witness, or pure awareness. That pure awareness state only is called the Purna, the Purna, the completeness. There can be nothing that can be separated. Even if you separate, it's still Purna. That is the meaning of Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudayachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. That Purna, from where if you take out a little also, it still remains Purna. If you add in anything to it also, it still remains Purna, complete. That is Mahadev, pure consciousness, pure witness, pure awareness. That is Para, third level. And that cannot be reached by the doer. Become fully aware. These are all ignorance. Where you sit here and say, I am that Shiva. It's false. You are pretending. You are only imagining yourself to be that. You cannot imagine and say, Shivoham, I have reached. There is no I that will say, I am Shiva, I have reached here. There is no one who can say, Aham Brahmasmi. These are all just for teaching purpose. Because if the Aham Brahmasmi is claiming Aham Brahmasmi, the Aham is still there in it. The claimer is still there. It's not still become one. So that Purna state doesn't claim. It's just a presence, an existence, pure existence. Let's become aware of today's satsang. Let's become aware of the light that illuminates our mind, body, intellect. By the power of which, by the power of that light, my mind functions, my intellect functions, my body functions, my indriyas are listening. By that light, by the grace of that light, I experience ignorance and wisdom. So I become more aware and feel more grateful to this presence in my life by which I navigate through life. I, the ego, navigate through life. I again and again say, worship this light. This is only Shiva consciousness. Become deeply aware of this light that illuminates your body, mind, prana, thinking, senses, by which you know, by which you think, you feel, you experience. Surrender to that light, become one with it. Have devotion to it, parabhakti. Have love towards it. Pure love, unconditional love, that is. And be with it. This is called meditating on the self. आपको ध्याओ, आपको बजाओ, आपके भीतर, आपके राम, आपके रहते. A feeling of gratitude to the light that becomes wisdom in us, which is the Guru, the inner Guru. Gratitude to all our external Gurus, When we cannot see our own light, the light in the external gurus shines and makes us aware of ourselves. So, deep devotion and gratefulness to all the external gurus right from our birth till now who help us meet our inner guru. Realize and feel and experience the oneness of the outside and internal guru. There's no difference. This inner guru, outer guru is just the wisdom hidden in that light of Shiva. Realizing this is realizing the Dakshinamurthy Guru, which is the subtle wisdom form of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, that is Purna, Paramashiva, Nirguna, Nirahakara, without a form, without attributes. Pure awareness in which is also available the wisdom, the light of that wisdom, light of wisdom, which gives wisdom, knowledge, is Guru Dakshinamurti. Feel deeply the Guru Dakshinamurti in the inner Guru and in all the outside Guru and the oneness in all of them. All your fears with the outside and inside will go away. You'll worship everything as one. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudayachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May we all be blessed. May we all evolve. May we all be free.